Okay, so I hope this video doesn't go longer than like what, 8 minutes ish, because again, this is more of a rant than a commentary. So something that has been annoying me whenever you ask people for advice about anything, you want to get richer, you want to be healthier, you want to have success with making more friends, having better relationships, all of those good stuff. I think eventually one advice that they're going to say, it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's going to fall along the lines of like, you got to be disciplined, right? You got to be disciplined, you got to be, patient, and you just got to try and try and try and try and try and try until you get that shit, right? And although I do believe in that, and I do subscribe to the belief that everybody needs to learn the art of discipline, I hate the idea that there are so many people out here that throw motivation out of the bus. As if motivation is like, dare I say, a negative in your journey to whatever you want to achieve, money, status, women, you name it. And I always said this, motivation sparks discipline, but discipline does not spark motivation. When you try to learn discipline, one of the things that you're going to have to learn is that you discipline is basically, you're gonna have to do this shit whether you like it or not. And the idea of discipline being really something that are expected from people is since the Industrial Revolution. Of course, before that, they had to be disciplined, learning how to fly and grow, and yada yada yada. But ever since the Industrial Revolution, at least here in America, you had to be on a strict schedule. You had to be like very strict, very direct. And there are good things about that. But these people that that tend to be like, oh, motivation is not important. It's discipline, right? Screw motivation. You have to prioritize discipline. To me, I would classify them as like bots, like NPCs, right? Because it's like, okay, you get up. Let's say you have classic 9 to 5. You go and you do your 9 to 5, or really 9 to 6. You have this routine. You wake up at, let's say, 6 in the morning. You do your breakfast, you do your reading, and then you go 9 to 5. You come back, and then you sleep at 8, and then you do the whole cycle again, and again, and again, and again, and again. These people, yes, they're disciplined. It's not easy to just go and do a 9 to 5. A lot of corporate jobs, some of them are easy, but a lot of them are not, right? So it's not easy to consistently have a routine that revolves around the 9 to 5, that has to have like a diet. He has to adhere to a diet so that he doesn't get fat or he doesn't lose muscle. um he has to always brush his teeth first thing. Like, respect that. But if you ask that individual, oh, why you're doing that, what is your motivation behind it, he's like, I don't know. I don't have motivation. I don't know. I just, try to do things, try to be on time, It's like, bro, you have no life. Motivation is important because you need a goddamn purpose in this world. That's one of the things that many people, when they're about to die, or when they're depressed, or when they're suicidal, one of the things you ask them is like, what is my purpose? I don't know what's my purpose. And these people are the people that can do the 9 to 5 routine, are the same people that can, I don't know, do anything that requires discipline. They can be very disciplined. But again, people that have this discipline, they had to have motivation, right? Like, okay, you have this diet, the strict diet that you will adhere to. You can only have 1 day of cheating, this set amount of calories. Why are you doing that? So you can stay lean. That's a motivation, right? But I don't know if I said that in the beginning of the video or I've said it in any other video. Motivation can spark discipline, but discipline cannot spark motivation, right? This is why you see so many people who, when they have a goal, they have a purpose, there's something out there that they want to get. Believe me, they are willing to be disciplined for it. But you can be disciplined. As I said, I will keep saying this throughout the video. Go and work a 9 to 5, study, get best grades, yada yada yada. But if you're like, I don't have a dream. Society told me to, get a degree, but I don't know why I want a degree. I should get a job, but I don't know what job I want. But eventually, in this world, like, that's how you have bad mental health problems. And I'm speaking from experience because I'm fine picking up grades in university, but like in high school, let me give you some lore about me. In high school, I was one of, if not the most disciplined guy in my class consistently. I would always do the homeworks, I would always study for tests and everything. And yeah, I told people to be an engineer, but deep down, I was like, do I really want to be an engineer? Like, yes, I believe still to this day, if I really wanted to, I can build the discipline for it. I can build the strategy. I can build the patience that it requires for you to obtain a engineering degree. It's just that when things didn't work out, I just went into a mental breakdown. And a part of that is loss of identity, loss of goals, loss of purpose. And again, I was a disciplined kid and I started university very disciplined. I was getting really good grades. But then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? Boom. I suddenly the discipline is just gone. So, if there's anything I want you to take from this video, I want you to know that motivation is important. It isn't something that will get you through every step. It's not most of the steps, but it's the spark you would need. Sometimes you need a spark, right? So to start on a journey, you need to be motivated. If you're heading down low, you need to be motivated. You need to remind yourself, hey, what I'm doing this so that I can achieve my dream. Let's say being a comic book writer. That's one of my dreams. That's something that I am going to do whatever it takes to achieve. It is what it is. So, yeah, I just want to be a daily reminder that don't antagonize motivation. Motivation is very important. It gives you purpose, it gives you a goal, and it gives you a will to live. If you just do discipline, you are literally just the same as AI, but inferior. Okay? See you guys later. Bye-bye.